Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, everyone. It's our pleasure to welcome you to our second industry panel discussion on how can networking improve your forwarding business, brought to you by RW Solutions. I am your host, Don Puno. RW Solutions is headquartered in Hong Kong and currently have 9 freight forwarding networks that are into industry niches. RW networks are very much focused on handling capabilities of forwarders from pharma, perishables, NVOCC, and FCL to geographic interests like Africa, Middle East, and Latin America. By having specialized groups, members engage in more meaningful business exchanges with more qualified networking across their various brands. At present, we have over 900 members from over 100 countries under the RW umbrella. All of our panel speakers for today are coming from various RW networks. Today's program will last about 1 hour or so, but before we get started, I would like to acknowledge the presence of RW Solutions Director and co-founder, Nils Wall. Hi, Nils. How are you doing today?
Hi, good morning. Greetings from Vancouver, Canada. Excuse my voice, slightly out of tune today. My name is Niels, and on behalf of RW Solutions, I'd like to welcome you all to our second RW panel discussion. We will be hosting RW panels every month to discuss various topics right from our industry by industry leaders from around the globe. Networking in our industry forms the very backbone of business success, and today we will be discussing how effective networking can improve your forwarding business. I'd like to welcome and thank our guest speakers, Gordon, Andrew, and Onder for joining us today. Dawn, our host, will provide a more detailed introduction of our guests. I look forward to the upcoming 45 minutes, and Dawn, over to you.
Thank you, Nils. All right, so at this time, we would like to open up the microphone to our audience to get to know all of you a little bit better for about 5 minutes or so that our speakers can understand who their audience is. So in this segment, you'll be called out, so please unmute your microphone when called upon and introduce yourself by mentioning which company and country you are from, what time it is where you are, and why you are excited to be part of this panel discussion. So as I'm browsing over the gallery right now, can I ask Trish Kelly? Could you please unmute your microphone, please? Tell us who you represent, which company you represent, and where you are. Hi, Trish.
Hi, how are you? I represent KRL in New York. It's 11:05 a.m. here in the morning, which is why I'm on my second cup of coffee. And yeah, I mean, I'm excited to be part of this discussion group because, there's always something to learn, and it's nice to get other people's perspective on things. And, I'm always up to hearing what people have to say.
Excellent. I'm on the same clock as you as well, Trish. I'm here in New Jersey right now. So yeah, good to see you.
Good to see you too.
Okay, let's go over to can I call on Rogerio? Rogerio, can you unmute your mic and tell us where you're from and what you're expecting today? You just unmute your mic if you can. Yes. There you go.
Hello. Nice to
Hello
hear you,
there.
everybody. Hello there. I'm calling from Portugal. I'm from Porto Cargo Transitários. And it's a pleasure to be here with you, as very much as Trish said. We are open to see how other people think, how other people do. So it's just learning from you as much as possible.
All right. Thank you for joining us today.
By the way, in Portugal is 5 past 4 in the afternoon. So almost ending the day.
Right. Yeah, it's a good time to yes. Log into this. Yeah, for you. All right, let's ask another person here. Shumaila Umar, can you please unmute your microphone and tell us where you're joining us from?
Hello, how are you all? I am Shumaila from Pakistan, from United Global. Actually, I have joined this session because I just want to know about the tricks you guys are using. So that's why I just joined the session.
Excellent. And what time is it over there for you?
It's 8 p.m. I have just came from office. and join
Okay.
your session.
Excellent. We're glad you could join us. Still learning more about work even after hours. Appreciate that. All right, maybe we can head to maybe one more person right now. Can we hear from Nasir Jamil? Please unmute your microphone. Hi, Nasir.
Hi, I am from Logistics Services Pakistan, but right now I am in Canada, and it is around 10 a.m. in the morning. That's why I'm joining the meeting. Your group is always very informative, and it is very good link. And in our business, network is net worth. So I feel that to be a part of this type of network always worthy for especially small and medium forwarders. And as your chairman told, that it's really he's also in Vancouver, and I know the marketing strategies you are using to connect the world in pandemic. It's not easy for a forwarder, especially when the rates are high, everything is out of control. Networking plays a vital role to help each other and to make money in this situation. It's an opportunity for some forwarder, and some forwarder it's a challenge. So I feel that this type of meeting should be must be every month, and we must connect with each other and even share our experience by email or by other means. So it's a good forum. I congratulate Neil and everyone who decided to start virtual meetings. Thank you.
Thank you, Nasir. Yes, we're definitely going to have much more of these panel discussions in the future, and I'll give you a lineup of that after we have the speakers have their talks today. So thank you very much. So that's gonna do it for our open community mic at this time. So now I would like to move on to the next segment of our program, which is the introduction of our speakers. So first, we have Gordon Bonin. Gordon Bonin is the Director of Business Development of Share Logistics GmbH from Germany. He is a member of Combined Logistics Networks and the Freight Summit. Next, we also have M. Onder Bahadirli, Vice President of Sales Agent Development of Aries Global Logistics Incorporated from the United States of America. He is one of the members of Combined Logistics Networks and the Freight Summit. And lastly, we have Andrew Konovalenko, and he is the Director of Keen and Able Logistics from Canada. He is one of the members of the Freight Summit as well. So today, our main topic is how can networking improve your forwarding business? So before we proceed, may I request you to switch into the side-by-side speaker screen. We have prepared 3 questions for this topic, but let me start with the first one. The first question is, how do you decide which forwarding partners to nominate your cargo to? So first, let's bring this question to Gordon. Gordon, what are your thoughts on this question?
Okay, welcome from Germany here. It's 10 minutes past 5. It's slightly rain outside with 20 degrees, so it's real summertime in Germany. So welcome to everyone. And back to your question, thanks Don for the great introduction.
You're welcome.
At the end, it's not rocket science. So let us keep simple. I think we all follow the same way to decide which partner we are using. For example, the first decision from my side is the present at destination, or the present where the shipments come from. I think this is the most important part, to have a partner who knows the local environment and the local rules and laws. So this is the first part from my side. But I think it's good to hear Under or Andrew first, and then we can combine a little bit, if it's okay for you.
Sure, of course. All right, Under, can you please comment on this question?
Hi, everyone. Good morning. From Los Angeles, I'm in California, Southern California. I'm representing Aries Global Logistics in the United States. And how do I decide which forwarding partners to nominate my cargo? Mostly it's about the type of the shipment. I just check if that agent is good for air, ocean, or LCL, or whatever my needs are. And then secondly, I definitely support the agencies that I have been working with, that I'm getting nominations as well. And I always check how good their operation is. And I also always check how their rates are. So basically, I usually have 3 agencies from each country's, like one that has a good operation, but no nomination for me, one that has good rates, and the other one is like that I have been working with. These are the things that I'm checking mostly, but also, as I said, depends on the mode of the transportation as well.
Thank you for that. Okay, Andrew, what is your criteria for this question?
Well, it's hard to go after 2 people that have pretty much the same answers as me and give something new. But to be completely honest and direct, I have to meet the people and have a good relationship with them first and foremost. I really like these networks and meetings for that. In the past, I've dealt with things online, trying to find people. I mean, I deal with some countries that I don't know the people or never met them, and it works. I'm not saying it doesn't, but when I meet people and form a relationship and a bond with, it's definitely a lot easier to be selective when it comes to that avenue. However, like Anders said, you do have people that you check to see what they're good at, what their strengths are, what their weaknesses are. And then, of course, what Gordon mentioned of professionalism with how they handle it and what they could do. And of course, the size of the entity. And also, again, what Anders mentioned about, you know, who's going to give reciprocation in business. If you're getting business from someone, you want to support back. It's truly strong to be able to support both ways. It works both ways. But overall, I really prefer to meet people. And then I also do check their history with friends in the networks. That's what networking is all about, asking if they've dealt with them in the past. If it's my first time dealing with someone, I do that as well.
Okay, so I would say, in addition, moving forward from this question also, how would you go about basically building the relationships with the partners in a virtual space? Is it enough to kind of meet people virtually now, or is it or do you still try to seek out ways to establish those connections in person? And I guess any of our 3 speakers can answer that.
I'll start because I'm already on.
Okay.
I'll make it quick. Honestly, like I mentioned, I do like to meet people face to face. That's old school on my part. I like to break bread or cocktail with. However, during these times, we've had to deal with new agents, and virtual meetings are okay, but usually emails back and forth. And like I said, people referrals is a big help, and that's where networking is important for me. But I'll pass the mic on to someone else.
Okay. Gordon, Ander, any comment on that? Gordon, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm thinking same like Andrew. Due to the actual situation, I think virtual meeting is better than nothing. So at the end, we have a chance to communicate. We have to see each other virtually. But my own words, so very frankly speaking, is virtual networking is like ice cream licking through a window. So it's not the real. You cannot taste it, you cannot feel it. But at the end, maybe it's okay, but not more. So I'm still waiting for the time and the opportunity to meet most of the people and my friends again, real. So.
Right. There's only so much you can do, I guess, in the virtual space. You can recreate there. How about you, Ander? How about thoughts from you on this?
I mean, I agree with my friends too. I mean, it's still better than nothing as long as it is not really long, to be honest. Because like it's definitely not the same thing like while you are doing in person. Because like, for example, Niels and like Christian, like RV Solution actually like creates an amazing platform whenever we are gathering, like whenever we are getting together. So you definitely feel like you are part of this group and you blend in, and everybody feels totally comfortable, like spending time with each other, and you feel the exact networking approach there. But when it is online, it doesn't really feel that way. And I really, really appreciate the short version of the introduction and the meetings online and emails. So like, if I'm going to have networking, like, or if I'm going to start like having some new approach from another agent, or if I'm approaching someone, I definitely keep it short online, and I definitely send short emails. And if I have to pick someone through my like online or virtual meetings or email conversations, etc., I definitely go with the one that goes to the like headshot, kind of like with the short email and just going to the topic instead of just going with really long explanations, etc. Because then it's just, for me, like reading or listening a movie. I totally feel out of the concept. So that's why I definitely prefer in-person meetings and networking.
Right. Well, we're doing the best we can today. So I guess we'll just have to look at each other's ice cream today.
Exactly.
All right. So let's go ahead and move on to the second question then. How do networks and events support your business development? Ander, why don't you go ahead and take this one since you were last on the mic?
All right. I want to talk about a little bit of my history. So I was born in, no, I'm kidding. I'll not go that far. So I started,
short and to the point, Ander.
Yeah,
like
exactly, like very short. And I was born in Turkey. Yeah, I'm Turkish originally, but I've been moving around for a long time. But I've been living in the United States for the last 7 years. So I started my career in Istanbul in 2008, and then I moved to China, and then I moved to Germany, and then I moved back to China, and now I'm in the US. And my networks have been my biggest investment ever, and they are one of the most important assets that you can have, and you can easily store for free, easily carry around for free. And eventually you definitely get out of it some, like, lots of benefits and profits out of it. How do networks and events support my business? So whenever I moved to a new country or a new company as well, my network was following me. And that's why I think networks are really important. And how actual freight forwarding networks are affecting my business is, this is the way how I build my network since 2008, you know. And events, as I said, just like during your previous question, events are the ones that actually bring us together. First of all, our business is super stressful. I feel like it is our summer break holiday. Like, we all, like, from age 20 to 70, like, we all get together with a backpack around, and we are just like having fun, talking about business and sharing ideas, being updated about the world, being updated about the industry, hearing all these things from other people's countries. So it just keeps you updated, and it just kind of keeps you awake and aware of the industry. That's why networks definitely helps you to build your most important asset, and events are the platform to share that and create that. That's why they both are super important for me.
Great insight, Ander. Gordon, what are your thoughts on networks and events?
I can follow under 100%. I have not these kind of development in my life. Of course, I'm still in Germany. I'm staying in Germany. I was born in Germany. So, but I agree 100% about his words. For me, it's also important the business development during networks, because I can meet people from around the world, and they help me to improve my knowledge. So it's always a good thing to be surrounded by people with a good or better knowledge to improve because of them. And I can do it only real during networks and events. So this is a real a real benefit for the real events for me. So, and it's also easier if you start new projects or new business to meet the people during an event face to face, or maybe during a coffee or a smoke, something like that in a good environment, and it makes things much easier. So for me, the main benefits are to improve my own knowledge. And on the other side, it's easier to create or start new business. So this is for me the main point. And of course, we find new friendships. So because in the beginning we are agents or partners, and a few of them or most of them at the end we are friends. And friends is mid of the highest level of everything. So this is the biggest support.
Yes, it definitely helps when business leads to real friendships over time, and that really makes the business part a whole lot easier, doesn't it? Andrew, what are your thoughts on this?
Again, being last, ditto on both Ander and Gordon's mention of how they work with networks and events. You know, it's funny, a while back before I became a member back in 2000 and I don't know if it was 6, I became a member of MFA. And, you know, I was speaking with a friend of mine that works in freight forwarding, and I was going online and finding agents and being, you know, screwed over, so to speak, with paying people and not having my freight done properly. And it was horrible. And I had to find a solution. One of my friends in freight forwarding said, why don't you join a network? Back then I was like, network? What's that? So I looked online and I found MFA and I joined it. And you know what? I got a few people that were helping me. It was great. And I was like, wow, where have you been all my life? And then I went to my first meeting at TFS, and it was huge. Like, my network was a small network the one I joined for the first one. And when I went to the first TFS meeting, I was like, wow, everybody's so nice and so many countries here and independent forwarders. You know, it was like an eye-opening event. And from then on, I spread the word about how important network and events are to attend, not just join a network and never go. Like, some people join and say, oh, I don't get any support from them. I'm like, you know what? It only starts after you start meeting people, form that bond, form that relationship. So network and events, honestly, I feel like I'm dealing with family. It's not only just coworkers and peers and colleagues. I honestly miss Ander and Gordon and Chris and Nils. And I actually went to see Nils when I was in Vancouver. I seek out these personal relationships, and you know what? Try to support. When I don't have business, when I met Klaus for the first time, I actually looked for business so I could give him support. Korea as well. When I met Joe, I didn't have any business. I said, buddy, I don't have anything. Next day, I got 2 requests and I booked it with him. And it's just interesting because you don't develop that. You don't develop that sense of, you know, closeness by doing it online. It's sad to say, but don't get me wrong. Online is important, especially now because we don't have a choice. But networks and events in person as well, foremost, are truly really important. It's not all my business, because I mean, I deal with most of my clients directly. That was my forte in sales here locally. But my business has definitely grown in the last couple of years now that the demand's grown in e-manifests and requirements from CBSA. The business that I didn't think all my Asian companies had, now all of a sudden they've got all kinds of business coming to Canada. They need my help in customs. But that being said, it's all about the networks. It's all about the relationships that we built through the networks. If there was no networks, honestly, we'd still be struggling trying to get meetings set up online and try to build relationships with no introduction. It's a great platform, and I stand by it 1000% and try to support as much as possible.
Sure. Okay. I think Ander wants to add to that. Ander, what do you have to say?
Yeah, I wanted to add something, because I don't know, I really didn't want to interrupt, but like while Andrew is talking, he said something like, yeah, like don't ever decide after your first meeting. It's about all investing. Like literally, you need to keep going, keep working on it, keep building your relationship. Like it is never like, oh, I went to one meeting, or even I've heard from some people that they became like part of some networks without joining any actual meeting. They're just expecting to get lots of shipments. But in the like, that's so weird to me, because there are some other people from your country representing your country is actually going there, spending money, right? Like buying flight tickets, paying hotel, paying attending fee, etc. So, and they are meeting people in person. Why those agencies should work with someone they have never seen before? Or maybe there are some people that maybe they should not be seen. No, I'm kidding. But like in general, definitely it is better. Like if you are there and if you invest in it, it is never just one time thing. And also, as Andrew said again, sometimes literally you meet some people and you say, okay, I can develop a great business with this person. And you literally start looking for that kind of business, or like to develop that trade. Like you never had any business with Korea or Japan, and you meet someone who is really experienced and who knows the trade well, and you say, okay, I'm going to invest in this trade lane too, and you focus on it. Definitely, like whoever you meet, like it's about friend, it's like your friends, you know, like while you are making friendship, like your friends can lead you some really amazing points. And it's all about this, what we are doing here.
That's right. Yeah. So, you know, meaningful relationships require a little bit of maintenance to over the long term. So I think that's a really good point that you make. Also, one of the things I got from Andrew as well is that, you know, givers gain. It's kind of one of those things that I've learned in one of my networking groups, but essentially the more you give, the more you get in return. And just having that spirit of giving first is always a good thing to have in these types of businesses, it seems. All right. So is there anything else to be discussed about this particular topic, or shall we move on, gentlemen? Okay, I think we can move on to the next and last question for today. Do you believe in exclusive partnerships or non-exclusive partnerships? And Andrew, you can take the first crack at this one this time. You can just unmute yourself there. There you go.
Yeah, there you go. Of course, you give me the good one. No,
just for you.
You know what? I am a non-exclusive believer, and not because I want to move around from company to company. It's only because it keeps everybody honest. It keeps everybody on their toes. It keeps your staff on their toes, and it proves to the company you're dealing with that you have to provide decent service, quick responses, and competitive rates. I don't need exclusivity to feel like I'm doing a good job. I want to feel like they're using me because they want to use me. Use and abuse me, so to speak. That being said, they also, on the other side, if I have exclusivity and let's say that vendor doesn't have any space on vessels, how do you explain that? You know, it's not that you want to go with someone else. Sometimes you don't have a choice. Rates expire. They put terms in that you can't work with, or their payment terms are lacking. It's not because I want to pick sides, but it's all about performance, and it should always stay about performance. As a forwarder, you should know what you're doing. You should know the rules of your country. You should know to a certain degree through MIGRA, other rules of other countries, but you rely on your partners. And if it's exclusive, then it leaves you vulnerable from my perspective. I mean, don't get me wrong. There's people that I form the relationship and they get a lot of my business. And I'm not going to lie. I mean, you form the relationship and you build that bond. But if you have an exclusive relationship, I find it really puts you in a position, and the other person in a position, that you have to use one company and one company only. And I don't think it's the right way to work, but that's just my personal opinion. Everybody's entitled to their own.
Okay. Thank you, Andrew. How about you, Gordon?
I would like to follow Andrew again. And I think I understand it correctly because it's my same meaning. I believe in exclusive friendships, but non-exclusive partnerships. I think this is the headline. I will make it short, but I think exclusive partnership means I'm afraid of competition or stay longer in a kind of comfort zone. This is exactly, if I understand correctly, this is exactly also Andrew's word, because we have to improve our service and our skills every time, daily, every second, same in a real partnership. This is what I mean, or at home or what something else. We have to improve daily to hold a level and to make it successful. And I'm a bit afraid that in an exclusive network, we will stay like in a comfort zone and say, okay, we can do what we want. At the end, we got the business. And this is totally wrong. And this is the wrong thinking. So this is also my personal meaning about that. I think a non-exclusive means there are more new, fresh blood inside from time to time with different skills, different interests. And this is also the possibility to learn more, to learn new things. And this is what I'm talking about in the second question. I'm interested to improve my knowledge as well. So this is, I think the opportunity is better in a non-exclusive network. So yes, I'm also a non-exclusive believer, same like Andrew.
Okay, let's see if Ander has the same opinion, or maybe he has a different one. Let's find out.
Yeah.
Ander.
No, I totally agree, but also that depends on the company you are working at. But for us, all these independent freight forwarders, like we are not global companies, right? Like we are independent freight forwarders, and non-exclusivity is actually our strength. That is where we get our power from. For example, I just want to give an example and then it will clear what I mean. Especially right now that like everything is a mess, you cannot really find equipment or vessels, etc. So if you are working and dealing with only one agent, you will never find any space, you will never find anything competitive around. But we are here and checking with at least 2-3 agencies, minimum, maybe more right now, in each country whenever you have a shipment. If one of them doesn't have equipment, we can go to the other one. But if we were part of this like exclusive group of agencies, we will never have this flexibility to check the rates or to check the other like opportunities. That's why I think the most important thing for an independent local freight forwarder is to have this non-exclusivity. And also it keeps us up to date and it keeps up like not lazy. As Gordon said, like we are always being pushed and we are pushing people to out of their comfort zone. That's why I definitely believe in non-exclusivity. But there are some countries also like I want to share my business with the people that I love. There are some countries I literally don't want to meet one more person because whoever I meet, I just love them. That's why I'm like, okay, that's enough for me right now. Like I'm gonna, except Canada, yeah. I still can meet some nice people. It's not enough. But in general, I definitely believe that non-exclusivity is our strength, and totally that brings us power. But as long as you have the right network again, and for that you need to invest, you need to travel, you need to meet with these people in person, have some drink or have some food like dinner, lunch, whatever, or coffee. Mm-hmm. That's what I want to say about non-exclusivity.
Okay, yeah. Sure. Andrew, you have something to add? If you can just unmute your microphone.
There we go.
There you go.
Yeah, I just want to say, or listen to them sing. Just that's one little thing. That's
Definitely. Karaoke is a big deal.
I mean, if you don't sing for your agent, what do you do? Right?
That is true. That is true. Okay. All right, gentlemen. Anything else you'd like to add on this topic? No. Okay. Well, it looks like we're running a little bit ahead of schedule, which is I guess good in this business. So why don't
Sometimes that
we
happens.
yeah, so if you guys don't mind, maybe we could open up a few questions to the audience to ask you guys, since we have a few more minutes here. So if anybody has any questions, and please type it into the chat, and we'll just ask one or two questions here since we still have a little bit of time.
Also, can I ask a question here, Don, as well?
Of course,
to audience?
absolutely,
So
absolutely.
I just wanted to know, like, how do people feel like about traveling right now? Are they like ready? And like, for example, I cannot wait to meet again, right? Like, I'm just so excited to meet my agents again. And I think TFS in Dubai is going to be the first one after like a year and a half. And I wonder like how people feels about it. I don't know, maybe I don't know if I can ask this question, but since we are talking about networking, I kind of cannot wait to meet again and keep networking again.
Well, it's definitely a relevant question. And I know a lot of people here have been traveling recently, me being one of them as well. But Andrew, why don't you tell us about your comfort level traveling right now? I do believe you've been traveling recently.
Yeah, the furthest I've gone is only Vancouver, but I'm ready to get COVID for you, Gonder. That's for sure. No, I've got my double shots. I'm double vaccinated, but you know, there is the risk, and I hear different points of view from a lot of different people throughout the networks and industry. But honestly, I am 100% behind travel and meeting, and I'll do the tests. I'll do the things that everybody requires, and I'll do whatever anybody feels comfortable. If they don't want to come near me, feel free to keep your distance. However, I am in it to win it, everybody, and I am looking forward to seeing everybody face to face 100%.
Right, right. Yeah, well, just a real quick aside for me, I come from a country, the Philippines, which is under a lockdown at the moment, which has very, very strict precautions as far as movement in general. But currently I'm here in New Jersey in the East Coast, and I just came from Orlando, Florida. So there was quite a lot of freedom of people walking around. So I guess it's hard to come to a consensus, I'd say, since everybody is kind of in different places with the different set of rules, and coming together in a setting isn't going to be equal for everybody on how that's going to happen, I suppose. So I guess this leaves room for maybe, smaller groups to get together and get to know each other better where it's applicable, perhaps. So I think that's probably the way to go at the moment, perhaps. So at this time, maybe we can give a little bit, each one of you can give a little bit of a short description about your company and where you're based, how people can get in touch with you, what maybe your specializations are. We'll start with you, Andrew.
Well, I'm based in Montreal, Canada. We're keen and able because that's what the name's all about. We're keen and able to help and do it. And we have all the tools in Canada, coast to coast. We specialize, we do over-dimensional air freight, ocean freight, trucking, of course, like every other forwarder out there. We do have some niches as small parcel. We have a web-based system that works globally, which I mentioned to quite a few people in a few of the networks. So ultimately, if anything's needed in Canada, we're available 24/7. We're always willing to help, and our rates are competitive, and we get back as quick as possible. And I think that pretty much anybody, quite a few people in this network could vouch for our service as well as our loyalty and response time. That's about it for me.
All right. Thank you, Andrew. How about you, Gordon?
Yeah, I'm located in Germany, as I mentioned before. I'm working for Share Logistics, the German part of Share Logistics. Most of the people know this company from the Netherlands, but we are the German part. I'm a new guy there. I started already beginning of February this year. Share Logistics is an international oriented logistics company, which is more focused on international air and sea freight. Additionally, we have our own Amazon and courier service, together with our own customs brokerage department, our own NVOCC, which is quite rare in Germany. But my personal experience, people who knows me, it's the air freight, definitely the air freight part, and also the sales part. So, and yeah, for me, it's totally new, 6 months already. And I'm happy to meet all the people again with the new business card and new flag behind, as you can see.
Mm-hmm. Can see that, yes. All right, thank you, Gordon. And how about you, Ander? Tell us a little bit about your business and where you're from.
Yeah, I'm from Aries Global Logistics. Our corporate is located in New York corporate office, but we have 10 offices all over the US, and we are amazing. I mean,
I believe it.
Yeah, seriously, like financially strong, very well organized company. And I've been with Aries for 3 years, and I just feel super comfortable doing business and representing my company. Totally, it gives me big strength and power as well. So we are another independent freight forwarder in the US with non-exclusivity, most of the countries. But I am living in Los Angeles right now, so, and I just actually had my Instagram as well, which will be a lot easier. I didn't write my email address because it's too long, and if you want to send like a presentation and stuff, like if you want to stay in touch, that is kind of good way to keep up right now. And I also love to follow up people and see their lives, like what their interests are, and like I want to know a little more about their personality than just reading a long email about the entire company, you know.
Right, something so formal. Instead, a little look into their lives would be nice. So his Instagram handle, if you guys can see it, it's now where his name is. Instagram is Monderb, Monderb. Yeah.
Also, I'm writing my email address too.
Okay. Excellent. So thank you very much for your contributions to RW Solutions second panel discussion. Gordon, Ander, and Andrew, it was a pleasure meeting you guys. We really appreciate you making time for us, and we would like to thank everyone that has attended today's panel discussion. So please be advised that we will have a once-a-month panel discussion to discuss interesting topics about our freight forwarding industry. Our next topic will be, how can artificial intelligence help forwarders? Very, very high-tech futuristic stuff. It'll be on September 16, 2021. The following topics for the rest of the year are, how promising is Latin America for forwarders, happening on October 5, 2021. How do we make more air cargo space by air transshipments, happening on November 4, 2021. And what are the opportunities for freight forwarders in Africa on December 2, 2021. I hope you guys had a really great time. I know I did. Thank you so much for attending. If you do have the chance, please do visit our RW website where all our networks are showcased. You might be interested to be joining one of our networks moving forward, where we promote partnership networking amongst freight forwarders. We have also left you a poll. If you could please take 2 minutes of your time to fill it up, it'll be very helpful for us to improve our panel discussions in the future. So once again, my name is Don Puno. I will be your host for today. Thank you to all our panel speakers. Thank you and have a beautiful day wherever you are, everyone.